I'm Stephanie Cole, and I'm obsessed with scheduling my entire life on Google Calendar so I can find minuscules of time at 5 a.m. to relax.
I'm Monique Hammond, and I'm obsessed with always being sick when it's time to record a podcast. This is the Modern Adult Podcast, where we explore the modern adult landscape and ask the dumb questions about adulthood so that you don't have to.
All young men with suits and ties, just sitting in the crowd smoking big cigars. I hope you're ready for what's coming now. I'm the one on the lady that will bring it down.
Coming up this week, we're talking about how much makeup is too much makeup in the workplace, and does it impact how others view how capable you are?
So I've been reading some articles about makeup in the workplace, and they have two different, very contrasting opinions. So if you wear too much makeup in the workplace, it means that you're perceived as less of a leader, but also wearing makeup does make you appear more competent. So two very different opinions that I don't think go together very well.
Why is that? What exactly is frustrating you about the articles?
It makes it sort of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So if you wear too much makeup, you're, too focused on your appearance and you're not worrying about proper things. But at the same time, if you don't wear enough makeup to make you look professional and polished, then you're perceived as less competent because you're not up to a certain standard.
Is this something that you're feeling insecure about lately?
Yes, it is. I've got a new job recently, and it's for the first time I feel like I need to wear really toned back professional makeup, because previously I've been in like casual jobs and you can kind of wear whatever you want. Like no one cares if you wear no makeup and no one cares if you wear green eyeshadow. Like it's just you do you. No one gives a shit. And now it's a different work environment. It's very professional, and I feel like if I don't wear makeup, I don't look polished and professional, but I'm also stuck because I can't do anything fun with my makeup because I don't want people to think that I spend all my time on eyeshadow, even though I like spending time on eyeshadow. It's fun.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're not being yourself because of it?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. It just feels like I can't. I just feel like stuck in a bit of a box where makeup's not fun anymore. It's become like a part of my work day, and that's just really sad for me. So I don't enjoy it. But I just want to stress it's nothing to do with my workplace. Like if I didn't wear makeup, no one would be like, ugh, you should wear makeup. And if I did wear stupid eyeshadow, they wouldn't be like, ugh, don't do that. It's just my personal feelings about how I'm presenting myself has changed, and it's like very different.
Right. I mean, for me, I've never been in a situation, and I think I'm probably very fortunate that I could probably wear whatever I wanted to work if I wanted to express myself in that way. I do wear makeup every day, mainly just foundation and doing my eyebrows and like my mascara, just so I feel more alive, because when I'm not wearing it, it feels like I'm about to go to bed. And it just makes me sleepy, and it just makes me feel like I haven't set my day up right. Like there'll be times on the weekend where I'm just too lazy to do my makeup, and I'll let that go. But then I feel myself not doing the things I would usually do because I've skipped one thing in my routine.
Yeah.
So for me, it's purely a routine-based thing.
Yeah.
But recently I have actually been really interested in this topic. Not for myself personally, I just find it fascinating what people think. So it's really interesting to me hearing your opinion on it and how it's really impacted the way you express yourself. I'm not sure if you know of Mia Friedman. She runs the Mamma Mia media company in Australia. I'm obsessed with her.
Steph's obsessed with her. I've heard of this before.
Every day on her Instagram story, she posts a picture of like what she's wearing that day. And it's not, she's like the co-CEO of Mamma Mia. So she is a very professional, like hardworking, respected woman. And so for me, seeing like what she wears is very bright, very colorful, very like flowy, very like whatever she feels like wearing that day. And I just have become obsessed with watching what she wears every day. And I have no idea why, but it's made me and what I choose to wear lately is starting to become influenced by it, because before I do get really self-conscious about what I choose to wear in the workplace, especially. Not so much makeup for me. It's more what I wear in the workplace.
That's so interesting, because I wear whatever the fuck I want and have no real issues around that.
But
it's just makeup.
Is your wardrobe quite respectable though, and not no? Okay.
I don't know. When I got this job, I did struggle with clothes, but now I've got like 10 solid outfits that I can wear to work and be comfortable. And everyone does, like, it's in an arts industry, so it's quite expressive, and people do wear bright colors and like cool earrings. It's just really conservative makeup, which is such a clash to the rest of the culture, which I think is what's throwing me.
Right. I think for me lately, I have been choosing more colorful clothing, and I think it's mainly an insecurity that I have and not so much what anyone else is thinking about me. I've been projecting assumptions based on my own insecurities, and I don't think that's fair. And I think for me, it's helped consuming a lot of content from women who are very respected in their industry, and just watching what they're doing is really impacted how I kind of dress and how I present myself now, because I'm starting to care less and less. And that's a really exciting thing for me. I just wear whatever I want within reason, but like I have started to just feel comfortable in what I'm wearing and how I'm looking. And that's just like a very new feeling for me.
That's so good. I'm glad you feel like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like you're about to be like, I do not feel like that.
I don't know. I still like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit playing dress up in like button-up shirts, but I've really grown to like button-up shirts. I was nearly going to wear one today.
Oh, I love the preppy, like,
oh my God,
like
me too.
The style is so cool.
And it's just so not me. Like, I mean, I don't have much of a personal style at all. But yeah, I don't know. Jeans and a button-up t-shirt, like nice black jeans.
But just experimenting with what you like, I think, is important. And I think even if you can't wear the makeup you want to wear in the workplace, if you can wear the clothing that you want to wear in the workplace, I think that can help you to express yourself a little bit more, and maybe even kind of introduce your co-workers more into who you are. And if you let your clothes express yourselves, you can probably start to integrate more of your makeup into it, because they'll be used to that by then.
I just feel like I express myself through makeup like much better than I express myself through clothes, because I don't like fashion. Like, I have nothing against fashion. It's not one of my personal like interests, and I try and look normal with what I wear, and like I like things, but I don't follow it as much as like I follow makeup, and as much as I'm interested in makeup and new makeup releases and new makeup trends, like that interests me, and new trends in jean cuts interest me less. So I feel like it's easier to express myself in makeup just because that's an interest, whereas fashion is a necessity to look like a person, unfortunately.
Do you think it's especially a younger person thing to want to express yourself in that way? I think maybe it's a normal thing for maybe an older generation to dress and to look a certain way with their makeup, because that's just how it's always been. But now I think we're entering a time where self-expression through clothes and makeup is becoming way more prominent and more necessary, especially with men in makeup, and that kind of becoming more mainstream lately. I think that's going to start a bigger conversation about how you express yourself in the workplace and what is acceptable and what is not. I also think it depends on the industry that you're in, because I do understand maybe in a health based medicine industry, the concerns there. But I definitely, from like people I've spoken to who are nurses and who work in like labs and whatnot, it's definitely become more relaxed with the younger generation. Like tattoos and whatnot are starting to be more accepted. And I think moving forward, I think it's just having conversations with people around you and learning how other people best operate.
I don't know. I think there are some industries where, like, if you're a guy wearing makeup and you do film, I don't think many people I know that do film would really care. And by the same token, I think if you're a guy wearing makeup and you wanted to be a lawyer, I think people would take you less seriously based on, like, the way you choose to present yourself. And it's a bit, I don't know, like, but I think with politics that's changing. Like AOC in like America, she wears red lipsticks to Congress every day, or I don't even know if she's in Congress, whatever she's in. And like that's something that's not really been done before.
Is she the one who was sharing her skincare routine on Instagram as well, and everyone went like wild?
Yeah, she also watches Drag Race and everyone went wild over that.
Oh my God, what a woke queen.
I know, yeah. And so she's like, in some sort of, I mean, I only follow her like very basically. And she seems to sort of like be breaking down those barriers and like presenting herself in a way that traditionally women in politics don't present themselves like. I mean, I'm sure Julie Bishop wears red lipstick, but like off the top of my head, I can't really like remember her wearing like bright makeup to Parliament. Like it's just not something that is done, but you know, these things are changing.
I definitely agree with that in terms of I definitely think the workplace and the way business is conducted is changing, and that's based on social media and the emergence of technology, and more people are working remotely. So it's like the whole workplace culture is shifting to become more individual, which is why you're seeing more people kind of building their own brands on social media and they're working up a presence online. And I think when you do that, sharing who you are and being authentic is the best way to get a response from people, because that's what people want from it. So I definitely think maybe in your situation, unfortunately, I think if you want to express yourself the way you want to express yourself, you either have to kind of drop your insecurities, which I know is harder said than done.
Easier said than done.
I don't know.
It's not harder to say it than do it. It's easier said than done to do that.
But also I think maybe you need to trust that your work is going to shine.
Do you feel that you get perceived differently if you wear makeup versus if you don't wear makeup? So if there's 3 categories, no makeup, normal, professional makeup, like minimal makeup, no colorful lips, no colorful eyes, versus if you do wear, say, like bright lipstick or bright eyeshadow?
I think maybe I'm the wrong person to ask about this, just because I don't like to express myself through much makeup. I have tried it in the past and it's just too much work for me. I would rather like have the same face but change out my clothes, because that's something easier for me. But I think even if I come to work without makeup, I think I would feel a bit self-conscious.
But not about how you feel, about how people feel about you. Do you think there's a difference, or do you just think if you think there's a difference, it's only because of how you feel? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think maybe it's because I have a track record as well of wearing makeup.
Yeah.
If I were to start coming into work without makeup,
people would think you were like
sick or
something was wrong.
Something was wrong. And I understand that. So I know that you might get upset by that comment, but
I would get upset if someone said I looked sick because I wasn't wearing makeup.
But then I also understand it as well, because I look different. And so people are not, I don't think, coming at it from a like, oh, you look lazy today. It's more like, are you okay? Because people care about you in the workplace. If you do have a nice culture and people talk to each other and get on with each other, I think it's only normal to have those concerns for somebody. But if that's who you want to be without makeup, then it shouldn't really matter. You just be like, no, I feel fine. I feel fine today. I just didn't want to wear makeup.
See, I've actually been sick for the past week and everyone's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, but I tried to really cover that up with concealer. I guess it didn't work.
So if you're someone who is struggling with this issue at the moment, I think my advice would be to just have literally an honest conversation with your coworkers, especially if you don't want to talk to your managers because it feels weird. Talk to your coworkers, because if they've been there longer than you, they're going to have a good perspective on it, and you'll be able to have that comfort of knowing either what they think or like what you can do going forward.
That's it for today's episode. You've been listening to Modern Adult. If you'd like to stay in contact or share your thoughts about this episode, head to our Facebook page, Modern Adult Podcast.
If you like what you hear, please leave a review on iTunes and spread the word. And if you have any tips about makeup in the workplace, we want to know. Send them through, and maybe I'll cry about it in my bed because I'm really happy that you sent it through, just to clarify.